Hello and welcome back. Today I want to discuss Jesus Christ and Muhammad. Now, Jesus Christ is the central figure in Christianity, whereas Muhammad is the central figure in Islam. Not only do I want to discuss these men, more specifically, I want to compare, their life, their teachings, and how they affected the world throughout this series. Now, with regards to this particular episode, I want to discuss primarily how they conducted themselves in their death. But before I do that, I want to make clear that both Christianity and Islam say that we must follow our respective figures. For example, in Matthew 16:24, it says, "Then Jesus said to his disciples, 'If anyone wants to follow after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me.'" Conversely, Surah chapter 33, verse 21 tells the Muslims, it says, "You have in the Messenger of Allah a beautiful pattern of conduct for anyone who hopes is in Allah and the final day and who engages in much praise of Allah." So like I said, I want to compare exactly how these men conducted themselves towards their enemies at the point of their death. Let's start with Muhammad. It says in Sahih Bukhari 435 and 436, narrated by Aisha and Abdullah bin Abbas. Then before his death, the Messenger of Allah began to throw a veil over his face, and when it became difficult for him to breathe, he removed it from his face and said, catch this, "May Allah curse those Jews and Christians who turned the graves of their prophets into places of prayer," warning Muslims against repeating what these people did. So here at the point of Muhammad's death, he does not he's not very favorable towards the Jews and Christians, which was not a big surprise because the Quran is very disparaging against the Jews, Christians, and polytheists. But at the point here is that Muhammad asks Allah to curse the Jews and the Christians. Now let's compare that with what Jesus does at the point of his death. This can be found in Luke chapter 23, verse 32 through 34. It says, "Two other criminals were also led away to be executed with him. When they arrived at the place called the Skull, they crucified him there along with the criminals, one on his right and one on his left. Then Jesus said, 'Father, forgive them because they do not know what they're doing.' And they divided up his clothing and cast lots." So here, at the point of Jesus' death, at his most excruciating point, he doesn't ask for judgment to be cast down upon these people. He asks for his Father to forgive the individuals who are killing him. So he's asking his Father to forgive his enemies, and so that's the point, that the key aspect with regards to Muhammad and Jesus. Muhammad condemns his enemies, whereas Jesus asks that his Father would forgive his enemies. So I want to ask you, who would you rather follow? Would you rather follow somebody who desires to bring vengeance and punishment against his enemies, or would you want to follow somebody who asks that forgiveness be meted out even at the point of his death? I leave the decision up to you.